Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, thanks for watching. This time with another beer review of course, and another Bock from Bavaria. This is from Lang-Bräu, located in Schönbrunn in Oberfranken, Upper Franconia. And it's just between Bayreuth and the border to Czech Republic. And it's in German. It's called either Starkbier or Bockbier, the beer style, and it gives a really nice impression. Both the brewery, while I've been doing my research, visiting their website and so on, and it's also very interesting with the beer style, which was a while ago since I had a Bock, and always right time for a Bock beer in my opinion. Also the bottle gives a real nice impression with the label and so on. It looks like this. Schönbrunner Urbock is the beer called, which is the Bock from Lang-Bräu. And here's the back label, and very typical German look of the bottle. Here's the cap, also Lang-Bräu Schönbrunn. So Lang-Bräu is the brewery's name. Here's the coat of arms of Lang-Bräu, their logo right there. Schönbrunner Urbock, 7.5% alcohol content, which is very normal for the style. Bock beers is of course stronger than normal export or Helles or Pils. But yeah, this is quite interesting brewery, having about 160 years of history. I'm going to give you some information and history about this brewery. Lang-Bräu is a brewery that has been family owned since 1853. It is located in Wunsiedel, Schönbrunn in the Fichtel Mountains. Lang-Bräu produces 13 types of beer and thus achieves an output of approximately 20,000 hectoliters. In addition, there are approximately 15,000 hectoliters in which 21 lemonades. Around 25 restaurants serve Schönbrunn Fichtelgebirg beer from Lang-Bräu. The village of Schönbrunn in the municipality of Wunsiedel is beautifully situated in the Fichtelgebirg mountain range in Upper Franconia between Bayreuth and the Czech limit. Czech border. Here is the family-owned Lang-Bräu located. Exactly when the brewery was founded is difficult to say, because much was destroyed and disappeared in the chaos of the World War. However, the oldest signs and the stationery found are pointing by 1853. The brewery was owned by Seidler, Rasp and Schmidt families. The first Lang enters the scene in 1883 in the form of Friedrich Gustav, who marries her daughter to founder Schmidt. In 1920, his son Rudolf Lang merged the three families' brewing rights to one. When Rudolf died at the age of 53, his widow took peace over the board. Later she came to the aid of Ernst Hopf, who married the daughter Irma in 1948. During Ernst's time, the range was expanded and they also started to make soft drinks under the name Frukade. In 1978, the owner Jürgen Hopf was done with his brewing degree and took over the movement. And some more information that I found on the brewery's website, which I will of course link to in the description box below. Here we still brew by hand and with passion. This is the only way to produce a unique beer with a character. Spring water from the Fichtelgebirg, or spring water, which is very soft and simply bubbles out of our own well directly from the ancient rocks of Fichtelgebirg, stands for very highest quality of water for brewing. We have tougher requirements for our brewing water than are required by law, and we are one of the few breweries in Germany that does not artificially treat the water in any way. Nature is the best recipe, nothing but the best for our beer. Our barley and wheat malt comes from reputable Upper Franconian maltsters who place just as much value on the quality as we do. Likewise, when it comes to choosing hops, we are not satisfied with anything but the best and used the famous Hallertauer hops. Their high proportion of resins and essential oils give our beer the required finished touch. Billions of hard-working and highly cultured yeast cells work in our own yeast strain around the clock. The skill and experience of the brewer. Each beer from our brewery has its own individual character. It is precisely that distinguish our beer assembly line production. We know what has to be tweaked and where, with a sense of the right time, experience of the right formulation, and our passion for the art and craft of brewing. We make each beer something truly unique. We hops pass on this brewing treasure house of knowledge from generation to generation and preserve in this way our traditions and values. Number 1, the mashing. After the grist has been milled in our premises, our barley and wheat malt goes into the mashing tun together with the spring water. The mash that is produced is this way heated up to 75 degrees while being stirred constantly. This converts the starch of the malt into malt sugars. Number 2, the lautering. In the lautering vat, the mash is split into the wort and spent grains, while the liquid and fermentable wort is processed further in the brewing process. The spent grains are eagerly taken up regionally for use as animal feed. Number 3, the boiling. Our wort is mixed with high quality Hallertauer hops in the copper. It is precisely this addition of hops that calls upon the entire experience and skill of the brewmaster, since the dosing, the quantity, and the boiling process determine the flavor of the beer. Number 4, the cooling room. Once the suspended particles and the precipitated proteins have settled out of the wort, is now cooled down in cellar temperature. Number 5, the fermentation process. In addition of a pure strain of top or bottom fermenting yeast from our own yeast cultures gives our beer its desired alcohol and carbonic acid content in the fermentation cellar. Number 6, the maturation. Sitting in the storage tanks, our young beer develops over several weeks in that which we are so proud of, the Schönbrunn Fichtelgebirge beer. Even today, we still brew in accordance with the traditional Bavarian beer purity law of 1516, unfalsified quality as the basis of genuine, full-flavored beer enjoyment. We know the goodness and quality of beer when it's brewed according to the principles of the Bavarian purity law on basis of the old tradition and with the skill of master craftsmen. What we want in particular is that from now on only beer that has been made of nothing but barley, hops and water as its ingredients is to be made and sold in our towns and markets in the countryside. The Bavarian purity law with the original in the newer German text version of 1516 embodies the oldest ordinance worldwide concerning food that is still valid today. The thought of consumer protection was the insective at that time for Duke William IV to promulgate the beer purity law, and apart from its cultural and historical economic importance is this idea of consumer protection that makes us campaign up until today for the retention of the Bavarian purity law. Family tradition. The hops, one brewery, one passion, one Lang since 1853. When the brewer hurries from his bed at night into brewhouse to keep an eye on his beer yet again, then we can speak of a truly special passion. And precisely that is the golden thread that runs through our family for 6 generations now, our love of brewing beer. As the father, so the son. Ever since the brewery was founded in 1853, we have been committed both body and soul to service our beer. Our brewing secrets are jealously protected and are always passed down from father to son, so nothing what has been of what has made our beer so special and unique for a generation is forgotten. We are proud of our home area and passionate bon vivers who sent on out our beer mentality into the whole wild world, sometimes a bit crazy and always showing our characteristic Schönbrunn style sense of humor. We live out both our beer and our traditions. We are a very approachable brewing family. Over 160 years of the Lang private brewery. 1831, the foundation. The beginning of the Schönbrunn brewery go back to the year 1831, when the officials of the Margrave granted permissions to the innkeepers Schmidt, Seidler and Rasp to set up a community brewhouse with a reference to the especially advantageous properties of the water in Schönbrunn. 1853, the founding. Unfortunately, the documents of the founding were lost in the confusion of the Second World War. Nonetheless, the oldest advertising signs and letterheads that have been found point to 1853 as the year of founding. At that time, the three founding families, Seidler, Rasp and Schmidt, held the main shares in the brewery. Real Lang only appears as a partner in the Schönbrunn brewery from 1883 in the form of Friedrich Gustav Lang, the son of a brewer from Fattigau and husband of Johanna Lang, near Schmidt. 1888, the head office. In 1888, Gustav Lang built the present head office of Lang-Bräu, which was well ahead of its time with regards to fittings and construction materials by standards of the era. The premises were designed for both farming and catering use. The ballroom, the former restaurant and stables show even today how the business was run back then. 1922, the hard years. In 1920, son Rudolf Lang combined the three brewing rights under his auspices. After the early death of Rudolf Lang in 1937, at the age of 53, his widow Frida Lang, near Kastner, hailing from Sichersreuth, took over the brewery and farming operations and guided them both through the confusion of the war and post-war times. This was no mean achievement for a woman on her own. However, the restaurant was closed. 1948, the economic miracle. From 1948, Frida Lang was given strong support from Ernst Hoff, who married her daughter Irma Lang that same year. The brewmaster worked intensively on the brewery and brought it up to its present modern state. In the course of this development, the Schönbrunn Fichtelgebirge beer gained even more recognition. At the same time, the range of products was expanded to include the Frucade lemonades, and farming was stopped in the 1950s. 1978, the up-and-coming newcomers. In 1978, son Jürgen Hopf passed his examination as a brewmaster and has successfully guided the fortunes of the brewery up to today. He created special items such as the Jean Paul beer, the Pappel beer, and the erotic beer that has become world famous in the meantime. His son Rikard has now secured in the 6th generation of continuation of Lang-Bräu Schönbrunn. 2002, the erotic beer. Sometimes you just have to give free rein to your passion and let others experience it as well. That applies to the brewing of beer as well. Suddenly, the attention of the world focuses on our village brewery in Schönbrunn through the invention of our erotic beer. A new number of TV stations inside and outside Germany reported in our innovative love drink and make it became well known overnight across all borders. The top politicians also suddenly became passionate. 2010, the new yardstick. We are among the leading private breweries in Upper Franconia with an annual output of 5 digits in hectoliters. We have set our course for the future by our investment in a new filling unit. This way it's possible to ensure the unique and unsurpassed quality of our beers even as demand rises. And a little bit about Fichtelgebirge. The idyllic village of Schönbrunn in the Fichtelgebirge, the home of our beer. our good old-fashioned authentic Lang-Bräu is produced against the backdrop of the Ochsenkopf and the Schneeberg. Here we combine the warm heartedness and the best natural ingredients of our Fichtelgebirge to create the incomparable gustatory experience. Schönbrunn in Upper Franconia is regarded one of the prettiest villages in Bavaria thanks to its idyllic location and its closeness to nature. Surrounded by the imposing massifs of the Fichtelgebirge, we can find the optimal preconditions for brewing beer, well away from the traffic, chaos and the noise of the towns and the cities. Beer needs a home. We know how to celebrate the wild Lang festivals in Schönbrunn. As the ambassador for our region, we hold unforgettable events at regular intervals, which in the meantime have become a major attraction for young and old alike from all over Upper Franconia. We celebrate our home area and the juice of the barley from Schönbrunn with a great deal of humor and warm-heartedness and a great spectacle. Unspoiled nature in the heart of Europe, our Fichtelgebirge are just so beautiful. Just the right place to let body and soul unwind. The Fichtelgebirge region is regarded one of the most scenic and picturesque in Germany. Our hills and forests are a very popular destination for excursions, not just for lovers of beer, but also for tourists from all over the world. The people of in the Fichtelgebirge, they are something really special. We are thinkers, we get things done, and we are bon viveurs. Our humor and optimism are deep in our hearts and readily on our tongues. Just a bit crazy, but always down to earth. We do not fit into any pigeonhole, and our local dialect most certainly does not. That was information about this brewery, Lang-Bräu, and over to the tasting part now, which is going to be really interesting. Im Spezialverfahren hergestelltes Qualitätsbier Schönbrunner Urbock, Zutaten Wasser, Gerstenmalz, Hopfen, nach bayerischem Reinheitsgebot von 1516. Lang-Bräu, Wunsiedel, Schönbrunn, Fichtelgebirge, Lang-Bräu.de is a link to the brewer's website, as I said. I'll link to it in the description box below. This is looking really nice, this bottle. I found it actually at the Swedish state-owned alcohol shop. It was a new beer at the shop, newly imported, and I haven't had a beer from this brewery before, so very, very positive that they started to import this one. Bock aus Schönbrunn in Fichtelgebirge. In the lottering, we use only high-quality first runnings and mature our strong beer for up to 12 weeks in the ice-cold storage cellar. This allows our bock to best unfold its strong malty body. The strongest beer in the brewer's arsenal, alcohol content 7.5, stark beer, ingredients water, barley, malt, hops. Lang-Bräu, Bayreutherstraße, Wunsiedel, Schönbrunn, Lang-Bräu.de. Yeah, information in English since it's imported. One last look at the label before I'm going to the tasting part. Looks really nice in my opinion. I've been looking forward to this one. And, as I said, always the right time for a bock. Was a while since I had the box, so let's open this one up. Lang-Bräu, Schönbrunner Urbock. Gonna be interesting to try this one. So a bock beer is something really special. Put this one right there. Here we have it. Typical for the style regarding the looks, very pale and nice. That's something that I appreciate. White compact format also as well, of course. A little bit darker maybe comparing to most Hellas, or maybe I don't know if I should say that. See the small bubbles raised up, looking really nice. Giving a really nice impression on this. Helles Bock, and yeah, said Urbock here on the label. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more dark, since Ur in the front of things is meaning the original in a way in German. So the aroma, fresh and nice. Not yeah, I would say that it's not really obvious to feel that it's stronger than normal export. But in taste, I bet it's gonna be, and I bet it's gonna be something else comparing to an export, a little bit stronger. And so let's try this one. Lang-Bräu Schönbrunner Urbock. Prost. Really nice. It's obvious to taste that it's a bock. Obvious to taste that it's stronger in alcohol content comparing to the Helles Pils or export. You feel the stronger alcohol volume all the way through. So it's very nice in taste, I would say. This bock from Lang-Bräu, that's a big recommendation. Pale maltiness, well balanced, of course. It's a perfect bock. Not that big white foamed because of the beer style, more malty, but it's really nice. And I'm not disappointed at all. I've been looking forward to try this one, since bock is something that I'm maybe not the beer style that I'm drinking most of on the channel, but it's a German beer style, so it's something really great and something that I should drink more of. Yeah, it tastes real nice. I really like it, and it's a great bock. This Schönbrunner Urbock from Lang-Bräu, located in beautiful Schönbrunn in Oberfranken. Nice maltiness, and it's pale bock, and I prefer, maybe, or at least I'm most used to paler beers comparing to the Dunkel and the darker box, Doppelbox, for example. So this is one of the few beers that I had on the channel that I bought from the Swedish state-owned beer shop. Usually it's not possible, it's not easy to find the more rare ones that I consider this one. But now and then they do import new German beers, so that's something that I appreciate very much, especially when there's from brewers that I haven't tried before, like this one. So that's something very positive. This one is a great bock. Yep. I think that's it for now. Hope you continue to follow my channel for more interesting beer reviews, and hope I see you again in next German beer review.